And welcome yourself back into the Let's Go Devils podcast right here on the Let's Go Devils podcast network. It is I, Scotty, along with the Baron of Beer from over there in New Jersey with the legend
Coast to
Sam
coast.
Wu producing behind the scenes. It's apparently we're in season 9. I had no idea. We're in season 9, episode 12. Look out. The No Hope episode, not a New Hope. We're in the No Hope era. Oh no, I'm sorry. We're in our 6 on 5 era. Oh, I think Sam Wu just changed it. I think it's episode 13 now, or was it episode 12? I don't freaking know.
13.
13. Lucky number 13. 13th goal that Nico Heischer scored today earlier.
Yeah.
But
Whoop-de-damn do.
In another L. But hello, everyone on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and X and all that sort of good stuff.
Man.
Chirp away, chirp away, chirp away. I'm opening up the app right now. I know everyone's upset. Everyone's got a lot of, Festivus type of discrepancies to discuss here. But how you doing, Beer Baron?
I mean, outside of the Devils, I'm great. But I mean, as a fan of a team that just, it's like not even fun to watch anymore. You know?
Are you excited
Like,
to see Quinn Hughes tomorrow on his new team, the Minnesota Wild?
Oh, I'm so pumped, man. I'm like yeah. Are you excited to see your ex-girlfriend make out with her new boyfriend at the bar? Yeah, sure, great. Yeah.
Oh,
very
yeah.
Good. Actually, that's not even a good comparison because like we never even got to go on a date with Quinn. We were just told like he's interested. Like somebody slid us a note in fourth period math, and they're like, oh, by the way, Quinn's into you, and you're like, oh, this is great. It's gonna be great. And then what happens? Walking down the hallway with that jerk from Minnesota and Billy Guerin. Billy Big B's Guerin going in there and just getting it done. Listen, man, it has been I was on with Sam the other day for Devils After Dark. And I kind of wish you were on there as well because I went on like a tear of all tears. I don't have the energy to do it again tonight because it's just like what else is there to say? But the one conspiracy which I want to get into and get your opinion about, and something that we've texted about a few different times, is where the locker room has been fractured, right? And it seems like after that game, like there's been a lot of like different reports that have been out that are kind of alluding to some of the things that we were talking about, which may or may not be true. But the situation that we find ourselves in right now, outside of the losing, because that's bad enough, is the situation with Dougie Hamilton. On a lighter note, Kovacevic came back and got an assist today, so he comes back and gets his first game of the year and first point of the year. But Jesus, this is that Simpsons episode where Homer's Krusty the Clown and he's beating up the Hamburglar character and the kid's crying. He's like, he's already dead. Leave him alone. That's what it feels like.
I feel like this is almost I feel like it's an episode of Dateline. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, it did. We found out the defenseman denied a trade to the San Jose Sharks. Was he in on it all along?
Is he the reason the locker room is broken? More at 7. Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's fair to scapegoat Dougie in that way. I don't think his play has been up to par. I definitely don't think he's been producing as a $9 million player. I do know he's been playing not 100% because the majority of this team is not 100%. But if you're Tom Fitzgerald and you have these contracts with the no movement clauses,
you buried yourself.
It's the player's right. So I don't know what it is. Is there a rift in the locker room? Yeah, I think there is. But are the players against each other? I don't know. Are they pissed off that their general manager and president of operations has asked multiple guys to waive their no movement clause after he gave it to them in contracts?
Mm-hmm.
That seems a little bit more likely to me. What the
Yeah.
hell did they tell Quinn? And if I was Quinn, I would do the same thing. I'm like, I'm not being the cause of this drama of someone being forced to go to Vancouver where nobody wants to go play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to take the Minnesota thing. I see Quinn's point of it. I wouldn't want to come into that.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, the thing is like, at this rate, Jack and Luke are going to be in Minnesota in, you know, a couple years at this rate. That's
Fine.
what it feels like.
I don't
Fine.
know.
Yeah.
I'm so indifferent to this team at this point because it's just been
Dude,
the
isn't it? That's
same.
how it feels. Like this indifference of like, I
It's the
like.
same thing every year.
It's like, all right, cool, cool. You know, like you feel like you go through like the 7 stages of grieving with this team, where you're like, you know, you're not. Yeah, I can't believe it. You know, this is not happening. This is not real. They're like this. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. And then the excuse making, and then the anger of like the goddamn like screaming and punching things and throwing things and having rants about this horrible team. And then I finally gone through every single one of them, and I might be at acceptance of. I guess we are in the immortal words. We are who we thought we are. That's not, you know, that's not who he was saying about the Cardinals, but
I don't even. Well, I don't think any of us
Denny
thought we
Green.
were. I don't think any of us thought we were that bad, or this bad.
No, there's no way in hell that I didn't think it was. I knew it was bad, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad at some points. Like when we started getting all the injuries, and when the injury happened to Jack, I was like, here we go. Here's the epic like fall off the cliff for like a couple of weeks until we get Jack back, and maybe like it'll stabilize. I don't think Jack is 100%, nearly 100%. He has been putting a couple points up here and there. You know, he had an assist tonight, and like, you know, it's good to see that he's getting on the score sheet that way. But at the same time, like you know, they get some of these guys that haven't been producing need to produce, and it's getting tiresome. And I think that's what it is. It's just we're getting tired of saying the same old goddamn thing every single week and game. It's the same. Like if you tune into this podcast today, and if you tuned into it last week, it's like same. It's the same. I wish I could curse right now. It's the same flipping story, and it's so frustrating as a fan because you watched the game tonight or this afternoon against the Jets, and you're like, you know, all right, we have a shot here. Go down 1-0 again. Oh, but Nico ties it back up. All right, and we take a lead. No, they tie it back up. We take another lead. Well, they tie it back up again. And then that fourth goal where Luke doesn't tie up his man in front and just kind of
he had his stick down, but Pearson
had a stick down, but his stick was behind him. And like it just didn't even matter.
It doesn't matter. Pearson
like
just shot right through him. Like Pearson overpowered him. It didn't matter. And it's not like he had to push. He didn't have to go far. It was just he was pushing the buck through. So, but yeah, I mean, Luke had his stick down, but Tanner Pearson just overpowered him. Yeah. That sucks. You know, especially at that point in the game, and the Devils just having such a meh third period. Like, yeah, you know, I mean, like to be honest, I don't want to think this way, but I'm at the point where I'm like, nobody is like anybody on this team could be traded. Anybody,
yeah.
Anybody, and I say that some out of performance. And some, I say it out of pure respect. Like, I do not want to trade someone like a Nico Hischier, who has gone out there and has played hard, even though he had a 3-week span. I don't even know how many glorious chances he had in a 3-week span that none of them went in, but they're finally starting to go in for him now. He deserves it in the world. But if Nico Hischier came to me and said, like, dude,
I can't do it.
I just can't take it anymore. Just please send me to a contender. I'd be like, Nico, for all you have done, yes, I will do that.
Here's Colorado.
I don't want to.
You're welcome.
But yes, I will try to get you to Colorado.
It'll break my heart to see you in another uniform. Yes. There's certain guys you do not want to see in it. But
yeah, some guys you don't want to see ever. Yeah, exactly. But there are some guys at this point on this team where I'm just like, because, yeah, dude, it's the same every single year. It's this I can't believe this happened to this team. We've never seen injuries like this. Like, yes, we've never seen injuries like this every single year to the same team. It's the same guys going back out there and getting hurt all the time. Like, how many more seasons do we have to go through it? And
it's the same.
The thing is,
we should just have a
they
script.
They haven't won.
Yeah, no, they haven't.
The Rangers series was huge, but that's the only thing. Everything else, there's always been that. Well, they could have, but
and that's where it gets old. Oh my god, I keep catching myself. I'm sorry, man. I'm like, this is the frustration that's coming through. Is like, it is the same BS story, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we got that. We have a core. Yeah, we have a core, but sometimes this core just doesn't show up. And it's like, you don't have to be one of these like, oh, I'm an analytical puck guy. I know everything about hockey, and I'll tell you this. He's pushing the numbers, but here's where it matters when it all boils down. The pluses, the minuses, it's wins. I don't give a damn if my fourth liners, who are doing absolutely jack, except for Cody Glass. Good for Cody Glass. I love Cody Glass. But, your third and fourth liners, which are like guys that should be putting in a puck here and there, or like scoring a goal here and there, ending the season on like 12 to 15, maybe 15, 20 if you're lucky. But like guys that are putting zeros up on the stat sheet. As a coach, and I don't even blame Sheldon Keefe. Sometimes like Lindy Ruff, when he was here, I was like, oh, it's Lindy. It's Lindy's problem. That's why this team is terrible. He's just not getting it out of the boys. Like, it's a Lindy problem. And then Sheldon Keefe comes in, and we're like, it's Sheldon Keefe is here. Thank God. Oh, my God. Did you see what he did in Toronto? Toronto's so stupid for getting rid of him. Look at Sheldon. Blank Keefe is coming down the hallway. Here we go.
Same problems.
We got into the playoffs last year, barely. We got bounced by a better team. And there's not a single one of you. And if you do say this, you're full of it, that thought we were going to beat Carolina in that series last year. There's not a single one. Because you knew going into that series we were dead men walking. But you're like, hey, next year, healthy Jack. We'll get the core back together. We'll get Jesper going. Get Timo and Nico together. Oh, boy. And look at this bottom six we got now. We got Glendening. All right. Okay, sure. We got Dadonov. Come on. We got that dude. Or Dadonov. Sorry. And it's like, it's just the same. It's the same thing. It's the same goddamn thing.
It's the same thing, but I mean, I think, our buddy Sam Wu has always been yelling in our ears about ownership. And, half of this owner group really, really cares about the Washington Commanders and not much else. And the other half seems to really just care about the arena as an asset, as opposed to the team that plays in. And yeah, when that happens, where's the accountability? Like, where's the owners that want to win a Stanley Cup? Look at Florida. Look at that ownership group. That's what they wanted to do. They set a goal to go out there and do it.
Yeah, look at Vegas.
Vegas is a great example as well.
Look at these teams that are like, we don't care about this draft. Oh, we have 3 first-round picks. Let's turn that into a proven commodity. That still pisses me off. That draft still pisses me off. The Alexander Holtz draft. And I brought this up the other night. It was like, oh my God, look at this sniper we got, guys. Oh, look at this 9-foot tall Russian dude that you can't pronounce his name, but I bet he'll turn into something. And Chase Stillman, I guess that guy. Yeah, all right, Chase Stillman too. All right. It's like going into that draft, and we must have said it like 1,000 times. Take 2 of those picks, at least 2 of them. You could take the high one, you could take the end one, and you could stick with the middle one. So you could have your middling pick, like the 15th or whatever it would have been, or whatever it ended up being, wherever they picked Muhammadulin. But you could have taken that Holtz pick, and you could have taken that back end Stillman pick, and you could have packaged them up.
Stillman, what? It was
put him with some
Mercer.
other guy. Or was that the Mercer draft? All right, well then he did okay with the Mercer part of it then. But
no, I mean, you look at that. You got 3 first-round picks, and what do you have to show for it? I mean, Muhammadulin was in a massive package for Timo Meyer that included Mackenzie Blackwood and Fabian Zetterlund and Nikita Ahoytuk.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was a 1-for-1 deal there.
Yeah,
Holtz
but let's be honest.
how
much of that actually panned out, though?
Well, I mean, Zetterlund is the only one who's not playing is Ahoytuk. He's in the KHL and he's playing over there. Zetterlund's in Ottawa. He's a regular. Blackwood, we know what's going on there. Muhammadulin is now on the blue line for the Sharks. Boy, it's really nice to have a
Timo Meyer,
good, experienced veteran defenseman out there to maybe, kind of tutor a young Muhammadulin. Maybe a tall, big defenseman with a good offensive side with a big shot. It'd be a good mentorship, good partnership there. Maybe, I don't know.
I know.
Thanks, Dougie.
I know. I'm listening to this in the Devils. Wait, I'm trying to see what Michael.
But no, dude.
Says.
I mean,
I'm listening to this, and he says in a Devils fiasco, blame owner, maybe trying to right the ship, which we knew. So, I know everybody feels, dude. Everybody feels the same way, and then even Moose is saying agreed on Keefe's system. Totally wrong for this talent. Fitz is so damn stupid. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is like. But Keefe trying to shoehorn players into the system that just isn't going to work? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many pieces to this. You watch it all crumbling down, and you're like, in the beginning of the season, when they were on that 8-game winning streak, I and everybody else, I would assume, feels like, yeah, this is it. This is the point where the team put a stamp on the season. They're like, yo, we're here. We are here, and this is it. This is what the Devils are going to be like. We're running the first in the NHL for a while in points, and like even 24 days ago, I think we were still in first place in the East Coast, or in the East, in the East. Either 24 or 25 days ago. That's not that long ago. To go from being in first place to being 7 points out of a playoff spot. Like that is
because the same injury-prone players came back and got hurt. When they were healthy, they were good, but then they all started getting hurt, like they do every single year, and the team has crashed and burned. And Dubs, you kind of answered your own question over here. The owners, let Fitz spend behind the cap. He still couldn't get it done. It's a Fitz problem. Not HBSE. No. I mean, that's the problem is those owners aren't holding Fitzy accountable. They're just letting him do whatever, and he's destroying this team. Like, he is setting us backwards tremendously here. Unless
and Steven,
everything works out to plan.
And what's the plan?
First off, what's the plan? But you have a bunch of injury-prone players, and you are hoping that they don't get hurt throughout the season. And then what holes do we have on this team back in the preseason? Well, we found out there's quite a lot. Because guys got hurt, and you looked at the AHL, and your AHL team,
quite a lot.
Yeah, your AHL team was the bottom of the barrel, and you have no one there that you can call up to make a significant difference.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Colton White. You've done a great job. But that's not a replacement for Brett Pesce. Now, there shouldn't be a replacement, but maybe there should be a young prospect down there like that.
Well, and then that's the problem too, is we drafted a lot of the same guy between Nemec, Hughes, and Casey. I mean, don't you feel like they're the same archetype?
Who's in charge of that?
They're the same type of defenseman or defensive player. Yeah, well, yeah, I don't disagree. Every team. So Jay Snow says every team passed us on a rebuild. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We were on such a great path, and there was a point where everybody was like, "Oh, myself included, was like Fitzgerald is a genius. Look at what he's doing. He got Nico under this contract. He got Jack under this. Oh, we got Jack Hughes for under 9. Oh, damn! Like, what? Oh my God, that was great at the time. But then, like, and who knows what Jack's going to be because Jack can't stay freaking healthy. You'll never get a full 82 out of him. And if you get a full 82 out of Jack Hughes, oh my God, you know when that's going to happen? On his goddamn walk year. That's when you're going to see Jack Hughes. That's where you're going to see Jack Hughes put up 165 points. He's going to have this absolutely mind-blowing monster year. We'll get bounced in the first round or not even make the playoffs, but Jack Hughes, whoa, he'll have a full 82 under his belt. And then he'll go right to Minnesota to play with Quinn. Because we're stupid. This is assuming that we still have Fitzgerald.
I don't think Quinn.
And Fitzgerald will hold on to him, assuming that he's going to re-sign, and then he doesn't, and then he gets left with his thumb up his ass because he's like, well, I should have traded him, but I didn't because I didn't think anybody wanted to take on his contract. I gave him a no-movement clause so he would stay longer.
If they want to shop those two to Minnesota, they should do it because I know Guerin would be all over it. So they can probably swing a really good deal. And see, this is a thing at this point. I'm just like, yeah.
I don't know. They use a lot of their assets.
You're crazy. Don't even think about it.
Yeah.
What? Oh, Minnesota? I know. But they do have some players, in their lineup that, when you're swapping them out with a Jack Hughes and a Luke Hughes, it's, it's okay. So,
yeah, I know. And there's a lot of people that would be like, give me Brock Faber back. And I'm like, that's probably not going to happen.
I mean, they have a lot of talented. They have a lot of talented guys over there. So I'm sure something could possibly work out. If Fitzy called Bill Guerin, I'm sure Bill would say, well, let's discuss and see how it's going.
Yeah. So what the Devil says, fellas, just let go of any hopes you have. It is an exhilarating feeling. This team is going nowhere. Fitz has completely ruined this franchise. We have fallen so far from the Lou days. Let's not forget though, those Lou days in the end were not that fun either.
They weren't.
I do miss the days of like, yeah, and if you really are a Lou, like if you're like, our age and you went through the real Lou days when it was great, and you get like see a dude like Peter Sikora, you're like, love Peter Sikora. Well, say goodbye, because the name on the back is not as important as the logo on the front. And you'd be like, oh, damn. And then he'd win a cup, and it'd be like, I love Jason Arnott. Get him out of here, too. Lou was always tinkering with the team, but it always worked. It always worked. And his quotes were always status quo. When somebody asked him, like, what are you going to do in the trade deadline? Sometimes it was nothing. A lot of times it was nothing. Be a status quo. And that was Lou. And then he would throw a jar of jelly against the wall.
Lou was good, and the last good year there was that 2012 team when they went to the finals, obviously. But after that, the moves did not pan out, and the Devils were just kind of stuck in. Yeah, he could not do it. The Mike Camilleri deals, the Michael Ryder deals, all those. It's just like, no, we are not. We are going to be this stagnant team. So yeah, I mean, listen, those early days obviously is another world. The whole league was different. The game was different. The contract situations, the deals that the NHLPA had were different. So yeah, it was a good time. But after a while, it's time for everyone, I think, to move on. I think that's part of being in the sports world. Working on that is eventually, you are going to let go and move on to a different place. Lou went to Toronto, and he went to the Islanders. Where they had a couple playoff series, but obviously his biggest success was with the Devils.
I think that Lou, I can't remember, was Lou in Toronto to draft Marner or Matthews?
I thought it was Austin Matthews.
Or was he after?
I think so. He was either, maybe it was the year after. I thought he
might have went to the Islanders. I thought he went to the Islanders like the year before Matthews or something. I don't know. I'd have to look back at that. But
I thought it was that year. I don't really remember. He was only there for like 2 or 3 years though. And because then he could be the president over at the Icelanders, or as our friend Billy Dean likes to say, the Piles. I never heard that one before. That was a good one.
The Piles? I've never heard that one either.
Beer Baron fact check.
Oh boy!
About
you even mentioned you even responded back to it, like I think in the text, the Piles instead of the Isles. He calls them the Piles.
Oh, probably. I don't know. I fact check what, Sam? You come at me, just text me. I don't know what I'm fact checking.
Oh, no, I'm just saying that Lou went on the he He became the GM of the Maple Leafs in 2015. So 2016 was Austin Matthews.
So he was there for that. Okay. I just couldn't remember.
I couldn't remember said.
I couldn't remember the time frame of that. And also, no offense, but like out of sight, out of mind. Once Lou was out of the building, it was like he could have drafted Jesus Christ, and I would have been like, oh man, that guy on the Maple Leafs got a sweet beard. I don't know, man. It's different times. But then here's a question for you, Scotty. The Ray Shero era, was that any better than it is right now?
We had some fun teams to cheer for, but I think we all knew what the end goal was, that the franchise needed to be rebuilt for the modern era. And, there was some good games. We had the old Taylor Hall season, which everyone had a great time with, and that was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a lot of frustration, and it was a lot. But then you had a lot of guys that were brand new to the league. So you're going to be a little bit calmer with things. And I will say, while we're mentioning the great Lou Lamoriello, see, Sam Wu says he wants Lou to come back and be the GM and president. And I say, no way. But Sam Wu, what I will say is,
I didn't say that.
Lou, you totally did the other day.
I said as a consultant.
Oh, as a consultant? All right, whatever.
Intern GM for 6 months.
Oh, an intern GM, yes. 6 weeks after he takes himself.
And then he would be behind the bench. He would be behind the bench after 3 months.
He'd be behind the bench. He'd be GM, and he would be president of operations in no time. No, what I'd like to, that's the type of owner I would like to see the Devils have. If they had like a Lou Lamoriello type of owner at the very top, that's going to stay out of the GM box, He's going to stay out of that, but he's going to own the team and he's going to be present. That's the type I would like to see. Then you got some real deal accountability for your GM, your president, team, all the way down. I just don't know if this ownership group has that with the team. You see what's his name at like every Commanders game.
Oh, yeah, but you know what though? Like, I don't want to get into that too. There's only you have to understand there's how many home games in the NFL? 8. So that's an 8-game commitment as opposed to 42. And there's probably times that they are at the Devils games, but they don't like make a big scene about it.
Yeah, but when have we even heard from them?
I'm not. No, we don't. The only time we hear is like these
exactly
bogus end of the year, like,
well, we had a chance to really be something, and blah 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 blah.
It's like, the thing that pisses me off is like when Vanderbeek bought the team. And listen, this is and most Devil fans that are over a certain age can even go back to like 1995. They win the Stanley Cup, and in the Star Ledger, there was still, and I can remember it like it was yesterday, reading the articles that the Devils, there was a very strong chance that they were going to be moving to Nashville, and this is like after they win this cup. There's this whole big thing, and you go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and to the point where I believe, and Sam, you could jump in again if you need to. I believe that the players were also informed that an impending sale was on the horizon. But then the team gets saved, blah, blah, blah. We all know the history. They stay in New Jersey. And then Vanderbeek buys the team and gets them to build this beautiful arena in Newark because they're going to run out the lease in Continental or whatever it was called at the end. I don't even remember what it was called. Xanadu or Zanzibar. Whatever the hell it was called at the end of its career there. And when Vanderbeek owned the team, there was like this underlying excitement. You remember like the 2012 Cup run in this brand new building. It was like so energetic. Kovalchuk on the team. Like Marty was still playing. He was on the tail end of his career. It was like so exciting.
What do you mean brand new building? Parisi. It was open for a number of years by that time.
Well, relatively new. New to whatever, new enough. All right. It's like when you get a used car, but it's like only a couple years older. Like, yeah, this is a 2022. It's brand new to me, bud. Anyways. But point being is like,
it was fine for a while
had to
until
sell the
Vanderbeek
team, but
he couldn't even pay the bills.
He couldn't pay the
so,
bills.
He
couldn't pay the bills, and that's where it became an issue.
Yeah, it almost ran the team into bankruptcy. Yeah, it was cool for a bit, but like
it was cool for a bit until you're like, that dude's broke.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the lights turn off.
The checks are bouncing. That's not good.
This guy can't even pay the electrical bill. But yeah, it was great. And then when Harrison Blitzer bought the team, it was like, oh, all right, Blitzer is a New Jersey guy. He's a Scotch Plains native. I know this because every time I walk into that high school, I see his plaque up on the wall. I'm like, this is cool. Like, these guys are from Jersey, and they had that same, selling point that Vanderbeek had, which is like, we're going to keep the team here. We're looking to grow this team and build this, like, great blah, 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 blah. And here we are. But if you notice their track record, it's the same with the 76ers. It's going to be the same with the Commanders. They care enough.
The Commanders,
we
care.
Said this. No.
That's why
we said this the other night. We said this the other night. It's like you care enough to be relevant, right? To just keep people like, oh, I'm kind of still interested. I'll renew my season tickets because there's hope. But not care enough to go like step in and be like, this GM of ours needs to have his head examined for giving the entire team.
What are you talking about? Do you not see him like making statements after every single game and practices during the week? That's all that Harris cares about is the Washington Commanders. He's trying to build a stadium down there. What are you talking about?
I don't.
When do any of these guys do anything for the Devils? Like, they don't do anything like this for the Devils. Like, never.
I know they don't. I don't disagree. I'm not saying they do.
Well, why are you saying that they don't care about, like, the Commanders and everything? Yes, they do. They have very, all right,
well, then they do. Then they do. Fair enough. Then they care about the Commanders. Then who gives a damn about it anyways?
Well, I'm saying like, we need management that cares about the Devils the way they care about the Commanders. The Devils are just like an asset that comes along with the arena.
I know. Damn, I wish I would have won that Mega Millions that was like $1.7 billion. That would have been sweet. Buy the team and then just turn it right. I'll just be like, listen, I'm just owner by name. Here's like the smartest guy in hockey, and he's gonna run the whole thing. There'd be major changes around that, and that's like, damn it to hell. It's frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's times where you look. I was looking forward to like getting on the podcast just to like have a conversation with you about this, but it's like it gets frustrating to talk about like losing and like the same stuff
sucks
every week. It sucks. And as a fan, here's a question to everybody that's on the YouTube chat. All right, here's a question directly at all of you. All right, to like Jay Snow, to Codex, to Brooke, to Ted, to Dubs, like everybody that's out there. All right, if you watch today's game, how interested were you in it? On a scale of 1 to 10,
not at all.
For the last couple games, like how interested are you in watching them play right now?
None, really. I don't
Zero.
have a lot of interest because I've seen this.
I watch it with like one eye, and I'll be like, let me go.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Playoff football.
I was more paying attention to the football. I had them both on, and it was just, yeah. No. I mean, it's not good. It's not good. No. It's the same stuff that we've just seen over and over and over again. And that's what I'm saying. Management just seems to be like, oh, well, that's cool. Sounds good. All right. See you. It's cool. So I don't know, man. Like, for me, this whole situation, is just really opened my eyes. And the fact that like it doesn't even seem like Fitzy's job is in. Not that I want to see anyone get fired, but listen, we're backwards from where we were supposed to be.
Yeah,
and you hear Sheldon Keefe talking about like this team has to play to those expectations first. He's like, we still need to learn how to be a hockey team. It's like, holy hell. We've been saying that since like 2017, 2018, that these guys got to learn how to be a hockey team together. And he's saying that now in 2026. Like at some point, I love all these guys because we've watched them grow up together. But, when you take the fan hat off and you start looking at it, it's just like maybe changes of scenery will be good things for some of these people, some of these players. But the players have all the control. And now you can't go and throw a little like, I can't believe you did that. Man. Well, if you give a player a no movement clause and then you try to send him somewhere he doesn't want to go, he's going to use his no movement clause. Yeah. And that's his right to.
By the way, going back to like what I was asking everybody on YouTube Live, Selected Boy was a 4. Meadowlander was a 6. I do like Running with the Devil says interest is always a 10, but expectation is a 1. I think that's deadly accurate. I mean, I love this team with everything in my heart, right? I guarantee all of you out there, like all of us, love this team. We wouldn't be sitting here talking about it if we didn't love this team. It's just you get so tired of like that of being lied to, or just being like you go, boys, we're here, we're cheering, we're screaming, it's great, and then the flat play where they come out strong for 5 minutes, and then of course inevitably let up the first goal. We got Jacob Markstrom. Oh my God, we got Jacob Markstrom. We're relying on Jake Allen to be our number 1 goaltender because we can't trust Jacob Markstrom, who we just signed to a 2-year extension, who has a 20-team no trade clause or no movement clause. It's like we do these things, and it's like I get what Fitz was trying to do, like trying to build this core and like having to do like almost sell himself. Like, we're not going to move you, we're not going to trade you. Don't worry, you have your NMC right here and your NMT right there. Don't worry about that. Just sign on the dotted line. Here's your millions of dollars, and you don't have to show up ever. If you get hurt a lot, sure, we'll sign you to the team too. It's like that's the other thing too. We get these guys on the team that are like so injury prone. Danov, like how many games did he play? 3 games?
Yeah, it's something like that.
See you later.
I mean, yeah,
and then guys get injured.
We've been saying it's just it's funny that everyone's catching up now, but I mean, we've been saying this for so long.
Yeah.
And it's just, and also it's ironic that the Devils are a national talking point because of this, because of how screwed up they are at this moment. So it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Markstrom's giving up
Dubs
8 tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah. Dubs is saying, yeah, boys, we're all investing in a team right now and oh my God, interacting on an effing Devils podcast. We love this team. Yeah, I get it, man. Like, yeah, Mark is going to have, that wouldn't shock me either. And then you got to watch him stay in net the entire time.
Dubs, he's got a 20-team no trade list, Jacob Markstrom, for next year. Mm-hmm. And then in his final year of the contract, I think it drops to like a 5-team no trade. But right now, he's got a full no movement clause. Why do you think Fitzy traded for him from Calgary? He saw that no movement clause. He's like, oh, that's my boy right there. Already got it in the contract. Don't even got to add anything. Come on over. Jacob Markstrom, pack your bags. You're a New Jersey Devil. So even if
wait, you like, injury prone? You get injured a lot? Oh, come on. Strap those pads on.
I
love that we make Fitzgerald sound like a
sharp silverware. Come on in. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, the season's going great, guys. Jack, fall on that piece of glass, quick.
Yeah.
Like it's just unreal. And that the comedy of errors that this team is, right? It's like you can't write this in a bad Hollywood script. You start the season so hot, and it's like, and and that was the other thing too. Like we started so hot that I was like, my God, this, I was a firm believer. I was like locked in. I'm like, this is it, boys. Like, this is the team that is going to make that run. Markey, though, if you remember, even during that 8-game stretch, he still had a couple shaky games, and you're like, oh, all right, whatever. That's still fine. We're still outscoring his problems, and he'll get better. Jake Allen is like just absolute studding it back there, so who cares? And then it just
the problem is Jake's up there in age.
Bit by bit.
You can't run him out there like that.
But so is Markstrom too.
I know. That's why we need both of them in a combination. We need both to be successful. We need both of them. We cannot just run one or the other out. I know Markey likes to play a lot, but they'll get exposed. Same thing with Jake the Snake. So I think someone's got to remind Mr. Brodeur that these goaltenders are not him when he was like 38 years old and playing 60 to 70 games a season. These goaltenders cannot do that, sir. You are a wonder.
We play, every goaltender the Devils play is vintage Martin Brodeur for some odd reason.
Well, yes, but they're not playing 70 games in a season or something like that the way Marty did. And he's got to remember that these guys are not him. Oh, yeah, well, when I was 39, I was doing this. Well, Marty, that's you. You are a wonder. You're an athletic wonder, my friend.
You're a freak.
Remember.
You're some kind of freak.
Not everybody else. Remember, a little different. Other people, when they age, they actually get older. I know it didn't happen for a very long time, but other people, normal people, it does. It does.
Yeah. And really quickly. Yeah, dude, like,
but I mean,
so enough pondering and like sitting here and bitching and moaning about how terrible the team is right now. GM gets fired. Scotty, you're the GM today.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna put the gold. You're now wearing a gold jacket, green jacket. Who gives a damn? I'm gonna put you in the chair, and we're gonna pretend you're the GM. What are you going to do to fix this team?
Well,
immediate fix. What is an immediate? We'll do this. Okay, we'll do 3 stages. All right, we'll do an immediate fix. And what do you think that could be? We'll do like a midterm kind of fix, like around the trade deadline, maybe even at the end of the year, and then we'll do long-term fix. What are the 3 things that you think this team needs? Like short-term, kind of in the middle, and long-term.
If you want to do a short-term fix, unfortunately, there's not much you can do with the way the team's contracts are structured. So if you want to do a short-term fix, the first thing I would do is start shopping Dawson Mercer. And I would probably look to a Ryan O'Reilly and a Kiefer Sherwood type to get this team tougher, because it's soft. SAWFT. Soft. So I would look to a Ryan O'Reilly. I think that's someone with good leadership that can help out a team struggling through these situations, and has provided some good depth scoring for Nashville so far. That's something I would look to. But at the same time, I would think as a GM, and I wouldn't have much confidence in this team, turning it around and making a playoff. I want to have that confidence, but looking at their play, it seems to be trending in the downward. So I don't even know if I would make that move at the moment. I might actually just stand pat and let this play out instead of making a hasty, quick trade and making a mistake. If it's a 1-for-1, then I would think about it. But I know Barry Trotz is going to try and get this draft pick and that draft pick and this and that and that and blah, 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 blah. So that would be my first, piece of.
I don't know why.
What?
I'm sorry, but I'm going to interrupt you because that imitation of Barry Trotz, as you're blah, 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 I just picture Barry Trotz trying to eat a salad and having a conversation I'm coming off first pick, and it's just lettuce flying out of his mouth. Looks like Kingpin from Spider-Man. Anyways, go on.
Yeah, so I mean that's what I would do, but again, at the same time, you have to assess where this season is at. Is it worth doing something in that in that vein? Do you think that is going to help you right the ship? Do you think that's going to, make for a better next year, or whatnot? So at this point, if I was in there, I would just think of myself as a seller. And honestly, this entire team, I would be open to conversations on everybody, because there's a lot of names on this team you can get some really good deals with. And like I said, some of these guys I don't want to be on the team, and some of these guys, just out of respect, if I could make a trade for them to like a good contending team that's got a chance to really like do something, I would go and I would ask them.
Yeah, and so I want to just read a couple of the comments here. So let's see. I just saw a good one like pop up, and then it like. All right, Dubs. Hiring Torts as coach, and then I'm calling Ottawa because they don't have a first next year. Then I'm working with Nico to see where he wants to go, and then work a trade for him, and then Brad. So, kind of like similar to what you were saying before, right? I would. There's two coaches. Torts, like, listen, the thought of Tortorella in New Jersey is. I don't know. I don't know if maybe it's what this team needs, like a coach that's gonna like chew them out and call them a bunch of soft little babies and try to get themselves like straightened out. Petey DeBoer, bring back home. Petey DeBoer, I think, might be a coach that I'd be interested in. Somebody that's also no nonsense kind of coach who also is. Listen, he hasn't gotten over the hump of like winning a Stanley Cup, but he is a proven winner. We've seen it first, like with our own eyes. Like he brought us to the promised land. So Petey DeBoer might be an option. I don't disagree with some of the moves that you're talking about, and I don't disagree with like trying to do like don't do anything to like a knee-jerk reaction to try to save the season. Like you really do.
Yeah,
like, that's a super valid point. You need to be able to sit down and listen. This break. This freaking Olympic break cannot happen soon enough for the Devils. It is like
no, it's bad.
This.
That's bad. It's bad.
Well, I know it's bad.
What team has the most amount of players going over to the Olympics?
It's probably us.
What Olympic venue is a total shit show disaster where there's puddles of water on the ice and the arena is essentially falling apart? It's the size of a mites on ice rink.
I don't know, but you did say
what Olympics that has?
Oh yeah.
So it's a good thing that there's 8 Devils going to the Olympics this year. Fantastic. So all of them could probably get hurt on the craptastic ice surface that they have over there. Can't wait.
I like to see
that's the thing.
Robert,
for
Steve,
our team,
everybody agreeing
this Olympic break, it's not a break.
I know. Oh my God.
It's not a break.
I'm just saying a break from having to watch this team right now. You know what? I got the move, and I know some people don't want to hear this. And it's funny because I wish I could give credit to who it was on Twitter the other day.
Just to say real quick, I wouldn't fire Keefe right just yet.
Neither. I actually like Keefe a lot. I like Keefe a lot. I can't remember who it was on Twitter, and I apologize because I want to give you credit, but I don't remember who it was off the top of my head. But anyways, one of the accounts that I follow, one of the millions of accounts that I follow that are all Devil-centric, was saying, what we should do is take Luke and Jack and trade them to Ottawa for Brady and Sanderson. And I was like...
It's just, everyone just needs to stop. It's not going to happen. If you're going to trade Luke Hughes and Jack Hughes, it's going to be to Minnesota. So start looking at the Minnesota team for the crazy wild trade theories that people want. Like Ottawa is not going to give up Brady Tkachuk. They're not.
He wants to get out of there. He's very mad. Super
I'm sure
mad.
he is. Yes, I'm sure, and I know he wants to come and play for the New Jersey Devils. But yeah,
he does. He definitely does. He wants it in his bones. He woke up
No,
in the morning and he goes, "You know what I want to do? I want to put on that black thread, the real black thread."
If you wanted to try and entice them, I mean, you would probably Jesper Bratt is where you would start, and then you're definitely going to have a draft pick, like a first round draft pick in there. And
which, by the way,
I'm
not running to give away our first round draft pick this year because at the rate that we're going, we'll be picking top 3.
Well, that's what will get you a Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah, I know.
If you have a draft pick that high, that's something that
Yeah, but I'd rather get that kid out of Penn State. If we end up with the first overall pick again, at least he's a left winger.
I mean, yeah. I mean, how many of these are we going to have?
I know. To what avail too? It's getting too much. It's getting.
But we have. I mean, you know, a lot of the draft picks that we had didn't work out. We had a lot of high hopes for a lot of them, and they haven't panned out. So the drafting hasn't been fantastic.
Hasn't been a strong suit, that's for sure. I mean, but you do have, like, listen, Nemec.
You mentioned
it's still early to see.
Chase Stillman. Who was the other one? Graham Clark.
Alexander Holtz.
Holtzy. Yeah,
we got the Ron Clark brother. Yeah. Holtzy.
Yeah.
Holtzy was like, oh man, there was a lot. I remember when we drafted him, I was like, oh yeah, this kid's gonna be an absolute menace. He's got the purest shot. Oh my god, it's gonna be so nice. And then I hate doing the redrafting. You know, like you look back and you're like, oh, we could have, should have, would had it. Like the Nemec draft, like
that's Captain Hindsight.
Yeah, I know, Captain Hindsight.
But like you look at, I mean, that's 3 draft picks in the first round that year: Holtz, Mercer, and Muhammadulin. And like one of them is panning out to like a middle 6. Holtz, I don't even think is he even in the NHL right now, or is he in AHL?
I think he's in the A. I think he's in the A.
He'll be back in Sweden in like a year or 2.
But Akira Schmidt
Muhammadulin, we'll see what happens, but
pretty damn good for Vegas. I love that. I want to point that out too. That Running with the Devils just said how to turn a number 7 overall pick and potential starting goalie into Paul Cotter by Tom Fitzgerald. That's the name of his autobiography, by the way. Yeah. And then drafting, and that was the other thing too. Drafting. Remember, we talked about Askarov in that draft a lot. Because if you remember, that was still in the Mackenzie Blackwood days when there was like no hope. There was a lot of like, oh boy, what are we gonna do in goal? And there was like this kid from Russia who looks like a stud. Don't worry, we need the scoring first. Let's draft as many defensemen that look exactly the same.
Holtz is on the Vegas roster. I think he goes up and down like that. So, yeah. But either way,
he's not playing to potential.
We should wrap this bad boy up. We got another game tomorrow night.
Oh, great.
Yay! Fun times. The Devils are going to Minnesota, just down from the peg to, the Hughes Bowl. You thought all the college bowls were done? No, there's the Hughes Bowl. That will be tomorrow night in Minnesota, 8 p.m. Eastern start time. So we'll be doing some game day live and, of course, Devils After Dark afterwards. I'm sure there will be a morning woo spectacular as well. So make sure you tune in here at the old Let's Go Devils podcast network for all the coverage, of course. Of course. Do we have any final thoughts there, Mr. Beer Baron?
Yeah, first of all, I just want to say Steven Schaefer Golf just said, what will happen if the Devs lose tomorrow? And I hate to say this to you, but probably nothing.
Nothing.
Because if nothing happened after that 8-0 or 9-0 embarrassment in Long Island, and then nothing happened when they lost the game right after that, after everybody said shut up or put up, and they didn't put up or shut up. And nothing happened after they lost again after that. And then nothing happened again when they lost today. So I guess my final thought is this. I apologize to everybody out there for having like this mopey like bitch fest today. And I apologize to our friends and family and our fans and all the people that are out there, which, by the way, thank you. Seriously, thank you to all of you. Like, all joking aside, like, thank you to everybody out there on every platform for chiming in, for having all these conversations on the YouTube live chat, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, on all these different platforms. We appreciate every single one of you. If you see Sam, give him a hug. He loves hugs. He's very big on like public affection. He loves when people come up and just give him big bear hugs. That's what he loves, bear hugs. But anyways, back to my final thought. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel broken and just I could give a damn about this team right now. I know lots of fans feel that way. I had opportunities to go to a few games. I rather sit on my couch and watch the Animal Planet than watch this team right now. It's just not fun, and I hope something does change. I hope something does happen. I hope we. I hope somebody does something. You know, I hate to see people get fired because that's their livelihood and that's their job, and you don't want to see somebody lose their job, but something needs to happen. And I'm tired of calling for people's jobs, and I'm tired of calling for players to step up, and I'm tired of calling the same thing out. I'm just tired of saying the same damn thing. So hopefully we'll start being a little bit more chipper because we have something to cheer about, and that's it.
Yeah, and just, I hope there's a win. I hope the Devils can shock the world here and win the Hughes Bowl. I don't have high expectations of that. But yeah, I foresee this is the team that we are going to have for the rest of the year. I feel like I don't know how they're gonna, unless they trade Dawson Mercer.
Well, Dougie's probably out the door because he's gonna finally agree to a trade,
I guess. But now we are handcuffed because we can only trade to a certain amount of teams, and now these teams know that, well, Devils are at quite the disadvantage here. So it's really old Fitzgerald is not only backed us into a corner with his endless, contracts with all this no movements and no trades and all this. Now he's gone and pissed off the person that he wants to trade. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Dougie. He could just say, all right, fine, scratch me. Or he can get fed up and say, I want to get out of here. I will agree to this. Let me tell you, if I'm Dougie Hamilton and San Jose was calling, woo, I'd be like, Fitzgerald, get back on the phone with Greer and let's get something done so I could go play with Celebrini. So we'll see what happens. But the bottom line and the final thought, this team is a mess. And for me, that starts at the top. Ownership. Fitzy, your president and GM. Change needs to be made. We want to thank the great Sam Woo for being behind the scenes here and producing everything. And I want to thank you on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram for all the likes, follows, subscribes. Keep them coming. Thanks for all the chirps in the chat today. We're all big family. Hanging out here. Yeah, talking about the team we love, but has been endlessly disappointed. I'm not mad, guys. I'm just disappointed. Broke my heart again. Fool me once. Shame on me. Fool me 457 other times. Shame on you. Shame on you. But we'll be back again tomorrow. Watching this team play against the Minnesota Wild. Tune in.
Oh, thank you, Joe Cade. Super chat. Good show, boys. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you. Until next time, let's go Devils.